Greetings and welcome to the discussion with James Market Strategies featuring content. Can you believe we have been doing this for 7 incredible weeks? By now, you should have had 30 plus ideas in the content field. Hopefully, you have looked at each one and tried and seen what works and what doesn't. So, this coming week, what we're going to do is we're going to take a bit from each and every content, message, thought, theme, wrap it together, and present it in 5 incredible contents that I am sure will make you and your brand grow successfully, step by step. Remember, marketing is all about knowing you can't be all things to all people. Plus, know your target market and stay within that market. Let's begin. But before we begin, previously I asked you for your thoughts, your concepts on what you had tried, what you haven't, what was really more of a challenge. I had one person that did respond, and their questions, their thoughts, their feedback, it was awesome. People were wondering why I was doing this concept, this intro into contents, and it's very simple. My goal is to help share and strengthen my brand while engaging, inspiring, and motivating, perhaps even challenging other brands to follow their dreams, their passions, and stay unique. True, we don't spend a lot of money, and that's not what it is. It's all about information and sharing. So, hopefully, in the weeks to come, you'll share, you'll like, and you'll click us. And most of all, comment. Now, as I said, let's begin. When was the last time you heard of tear sheet? No, I'm not talking about taking a sheet and tearing it in half. A tear sheet is very simple. It provides a one-page summary of your company and content. It can be current information, it can be historic information. That historic information can be past successes, past failures in which made you stronger to take initiative to change and develop. It can also be recognition, or it could even be graphs in the form of finances, your target market, your demographics, etc. You want to take that information and you want to put it all together in a very strong tearaway sheet. What will help you was back in week 1 when we talked about the Q and A. That I found when I did this little assignment worked wonders. Asking and answers. Putting up together a little prototype, a little template helped out greatly. An ebook. Have you ever thought about being published? Here's your chance. I'm not talking about becoming a world-class author, making millions and billions, or dreaming, writing fiction, realistic, true stories, biographies, etc. What I'm talking is about creating a downloadable ebook. Get away from the thought about downloading something to relax and unwind when you're on holidays or just looking to have a good read before you go to bed. I'm talking in the marketing sense. An ebook for your brand is an opportunity to give detailed insight on an area of your expertise and how to enhance your reputation and generate new leads, as in share your message. For example, the message for the JCIC house. As you know, we are actually 12 weeks away from holidays. The message is bringing a community together to remember the past, cherish the present, and embrace the future. How are we doing that? We are getting communities involved to participate with supporting the Steffa Cruiser and also the food Bank of Waterloo. That is what your mission is. You can bring a toy or a perishable. You come and you have an experience of a lifetime. And each week, we actually feature an incredible little element that may be something that works for you, that may not work for you. But the goal is to bring awareness of that event out. And we're doing it through not necessarily the ebook, but we're doing it through other means. But we are looking at doing the ebook. I looked at it, but for my brand, it didn't really suit. So remember when I said sometimes things will work, some things will not work. So unfortunately, the ebook with my business, it will not work at this point in time. So once you create that awesome ebook for your brand, you're going to take the next step and the next plunge. So even though the JCIC House brand did not focus on an ebook, we did look at the audio book with a key element. Instead of reading and making the ebook professionally, alive, and in a vocal verbal sense, we took elements of our brand and we're expressing and sharing, and we're looking at such outlets, tools such as Shopify. Check it out, it is fantastic. So audio books, yes, now that you've published via branding your brand with ebooks, this is the perfect time to complement it with an audio version. Why? Very simple. You want to get your brand out there so people can read it and they can listen to it. Think about all the people that drive, commute, and they're looking for different outlets. Not necessarily just the radio, but through via Shopify, and you can listen to all these incredible tools. So wouldn't it be fantastic to have your audio book on an outlet such as Shopify? People can click in, they can listen, and they can learn about you, your brand, as they get to their next destination. Pretty cool, huh? I think so. Have you ever heard of the term white paper? No, I'm not talking about a blank piece of paper necessarily. White papers are used to provide robust technical information, which is simple, easy, actual, and factual. White papers used to be, in the olden days, a long scripted text about issues, concerns that originated from governments, and you could actually print them out. So you would have it printed on white paper, and it would be piles and oodles of current information. Not necessarily like a newspaper, but it would be like comments, opinions, thoughts, actions, call to make or call to actions, etc. Over the years, it has changed. Now, white papers are perfect for telling complex stories in a concise format often appearing as a PDF. It is a great marketing tool to express thoughts, opinions, and perspectives. Ideally, they're based on a topic. So for example, the JCIC House introduced this summer the JCIC on location. We wanted to grab and work with an issue that was affecting everyone, directly and indirectly, the cause and effect. And what bigger thing was the COVID-19. So we had people share their thoughts, their opinions, their stories. We took it and we introduced it into the JCIC on location. We printed it and published it both virtually and on white paper. You know, the good old white paper. The goal was to inspire and get people involved. The results were fantastic. So it can also be in the mean of a blog, and the JCIC House is slowly working towards the blog, and it can also be through social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, etc. This will help with solving problems and giving a solution in a productive, professional manner. But make sure your opinion that we talked about a few weeks ago is professional, concise, and factual, not biased on personal experience, but on a professional experience. Infographics. Who loves a good cartoon? Do you remember looking into the paper, maybe growing up, currently, or etc., and reading the good old cartoons? Not much to say, but the pictures were fantastic, and I loved it. I always loved Apartment 3D. I also loved Dennis the Menace and good old Marmaduke. So those are incredible examples of an infographic to a point in print. So infographics are digital artistic presentations of data and info that are combined step by step into a partnership. And they tell a story to grow their brand, their issue without a lot or ton of text. The focus of good infographics is always on the value of communicating your goal. For example, with the JCIC House, as you know, we are 12 weeks away from our biggest, best event, Holidays 2020, bringing a community together, sponsoring the Steffa Cruiser and the Food Bank of Waterloo Region. In the next 12 weeks, we're looking at specific features that will benefit a certain target market. So this week, we basically looked and we did a research, and it was fantastic. We found that a lot of people want a traditional element. The traditional element resulted in creating a partnership with a horse and sleigh company in the area. The results? Well, go to our YouTube channel, which is the JCIC House, and find week 12 and judge for yourself. You'll realize that there's not a lot of text, there's a lot of communications and pictures. You let me know what you think. That's your challenge. So this week I'm not challenging you to create something and create talent in you to go to our YouTube channel, check it out, give a look, and then think what you could do to make that better, and let me know. Until next week, this is James E. The Discussion, and we'll see you soon.